There is a version of you out there in the world, another dimension, who was praised and admired by so many people around him. This superior version of you is so charismatic. He's able to speak to anybody he wants. He's not afraid to speak to people. He's able to hold eye contact with people when he's speaking to them. He's not afraid to speak to women. He speaks to women easily. Women even find him so attractive because he's so charming. Other men highly respect him because he has an aura of confidence, an energy of freedom. He's calm, he's relaxed, he's confident, he's charismatic, he's well mannered in social situations, and this makes him highly attractive. It is possible for you to reach that version of you. It is possible to become the social, charismatic guy that everybody likes, the popular guy that everyone flocks towards, that is so attractive to women, that just attracts people in general because of that charismatic, confident, and social aura. In this video, I'm going to show you how I personally went from being a socially introverted reject to becoming a confident, charismatic guy around people, okay? Before we get into the rest of the video, my name is Jafet. I make videos on mindset, self-image, and mostly self-improvement topics such as this. And if you are wanting to see more of that, then scroll down below, click this like button, share this video around to people that you think can benefit from this video. And while you're down there as well, click the link in my description and join my free online men's community. Okay, boys, so how I became more social, all right? So just a few more points that I want to add on to. These aren't how I became social, these are just some points that I want to add. And yeah, let's get into the video, boys. So being social is a skill, okay? Just like a video game. I like to refer to video games because video games, I'm sure you used to play video games. If you're a guy, 9 times out of 10, you used to play video games, okay? So just like a video game, there's always skill points, there's always a certain weapon that you have to hone and build with the skill of that weapon or something, just like in video games. And even your overall character, right? You're playing a game and you have a character, you need to level up that character constantly to be better at the game so you can actually progress forward and win the game, okay? So when you're leveling up that character, there's certain skills that character has. And if those certain skills are not at a certain level, then the character is not going to be able to be adequate enough to actually move through the levels of the game. So that's the thing with social skills. If you relate it to real life, which real life you can look at it as a game as well. Obviously, don't play with your life and go jump off a cliff or something, because you know there's no restarting the game. But literally, being social is a skill. All right, it's a skill that you must cultivate and you must learn to grow. And since it's a skill, that means a skill can be obviously improved. And that's literally all you have to focus on is improving your social skills. And this is how I was able to do it. People are more easygoing than you think, okay? So I used to think that everybody was like out to get me, or like people are tough to speak to and everything, and everyone's pissed off and everyone doesn't want to speak to people. That's because that's how I was, okay? And we see the world how we see ourselves. Sometimes this doesn't apply to everything, but that saying of we see the world how we see ourselves, those kind of it is sort of true. So if you see yourself as a manipulator or a thief, then you're gonna assume that everyone else is gonna be a manipulator or a thief, and they're gonna be trying to manipulate you or trying to steal from you. But the truth is, not everyone is like that. Okay, so people are more easygoing than you think. You can go up to anybody on the street and speak to them as if they're your friend. Okay, like it's amazing, it's crazy. And then YouTuber Hamza's event. So this is me and Hamza just over here. This event was in Amsterdam. I'm sure you've probably heard of it already. He was posting all over social media. He's an amazing guy. He's a sick guy. Had a great time over there in Amsterdam. Learned a lot from him, and it was good to meet the other rest of the guys as well. And yeah, even being at this event, I noticed that there was a lot of guys that were very socially awkward, socially anxious, and just kind of like a bit creepy as well. It kind of felt a bit weird being around them. And to think that they're coming from a self improvement channel like such as Hamza's, you'd expect them to be more social, more confident, more, you know, just more established. But it wasn't the case. There was a lot of weird guys there. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of weird guys. But yeah, like it was a great event overall, and this was the event that made me realize how social I became because it never really clicked in my mind the transition that I had. But it made me realize that damn, like I've actually improved so much, and I knew I did because even speaking to Hamza, like he was even saying later on that yeah, I came across as very confident, I came across as very relaxed and very social as well. So that's a good compliment, and I appreciate Hamza for telling me that. And yeah, exactly. So that event was an eye opener for me. But let's get into how I changed my social skills and improved them. Okay, so number one, identity shift. Now, what do I mean by an identity shift is I just pretty much what it means. Identity shift. Who I used to be wasn't enough anymore, so I had to change myself and become someone else. All right. So I hated my life and who I was. Pretty much, I was triggered by a girl that was attached to. So back in like 2020, sorry, 2019, 2020, there was a situation with a girl that I had. I liked her a lot. She did not like me back. I was attached to her as well. So back then it felt like it was love, and it felt like it was all this. Like it was love, but it was also it just wasn't healthy love. Okay, it wasn't a secure love. It was as if just like you're latching on to someone. Okay, so it just wasn't healthy for me, and I stayed, which I could have left, but I was a bitch back then. But it is what it is. So eventually I got my heart broke because she got off with another guy and it wasn't me. So yeah, it was just a painful moment for me. So that moment was kind of when my identity was just like stripped of me. Like I just did not know who I was anymore. I did not know what to do. I was just felt absolutely hopeless and lost. And then yeah, so I was pretty much just like a body, not even a person, just a body, just a person, a soulless person walking around. So then I went into like a period of monk mode, became spiritual and everything. That's when like I had a whole spiritual awakening, and I became into monk mode, and I started like meditating a lot and practicing a lot of spiritual practices, which I'm not knocking. Actually, I really like spirituality and it helped me a lot in this journey, but it kind of made me an outcast. I kind of xed out the world, and I just kind of like stayed to myself and she'd start speaking to people, and it's just kind of like made me socially weird. So I improved my social skills because I was becoming more confident and I was finding myself again, but I just wasn't using those social skills, so it made me socially weird. And now see, times change. Okay, so 2020 is not the same as 2023. 2023 is not the same as 2020. Okay, so there's new trends, there's new topics, there's new movies, there's new things to discuss about. Obviously, it doesn't change on a micro level, but on micro levels, the world changes and people speak about different things. So I was just like, I was not with the times. Okay, I was not with the times at all. Um, and then after that period of monk mode, see, women were a big catalyst for me to just improve in social situations. So I was still struggling with women at the time, and I hated that I was shit with women. So I literally wanted to be better with women. So I started going out more and speaking to more women. And obviously that helped me with social skills because I was speaking to strangers. And obviously as I was doing that, it would help me with men as well. Not in that way, you fucking weirdo, but obviously speaking to men and getting better friendships with men, it helped me in that sense as well because I was able to go to people and speak to them easily. So number one was an identity shift. Now it wasn't conscious, it wasn't a planned identity shift, but obviously it just kind of happened, and it was a big proponent of my social skills improving. Second was I stopped living like a hermit. Okay, that's pretty much like monk mode. I stopped monk mode. Like I don't agree with monk mode. Do not go into monk mode. I will make a video on this soon, but monk mode is bullshit. Okay, you don't want to go in monk mode because you're sacrificing your whole life for one area. And as one area improves, the rest area decreases. The whole point of self improvement is to improve everything together. And that's not what I was doing. Okay, so enough was enough. I had to start going outside and touching grass. So I just had to get outside and actually be like, just be a human again. Just be a normal guy. Then I said yes to more social events. So I was just going out more, you know, just saying yes more and actually put myself out there into the world, getting into that discomfort. Started cold approaching more women, went on dates, spoke to men in the gym by just asking for a spot in their name. Okay, so pretty much like that's actually a good way to speak to people in the gym as well. Like when I was in the gym, I should just be like, "Yeah, you want to spot me real quick, or you want to record my set for me?" And it just be the conversation started for me because I wasn't like at that level yet where I could just walk up and be like, "Hey, what's up?" So I usually just use the spotting people, spotting spot like I use people spotting me as an excuse, and then I use people recording myself as an excuse as well. So I literally like go to like a guy and be like, "Yeah, do you want to spot me real quick?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, sure." Do my set. I give him a fist bump at the end, and he feel like kind of stayed around there, or he was like a cool guy. He was like, "Oh yeah, you had that, man. Just do this, do this." Then I'd be like, "Oh yeah, thanks, I appreciate it. What's your name, by the way?" And then I just start speaking from then on. Or if he was like a weirdo as well, and he just walked off straight away, then obviously I wouldn't speak to him. But same with women as well. Like I just should be like, "Women, yeah, do you want to record my set for me?" She records my set, and I'm like, "Thanks." Give her a fist bump, and then I'll probably start a conversation from there as well. I'd just be like, yeah, 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 like, I haven't seen you around here. What's your name as well? Just building conversation like that. Okay, so it was a good way for me to get out there as well, and obviously get out of my comfort zone. It was not fun at all. Like it was really discomforting. But once again, enough was enough, and I had to start going outside. Okay, because like humans are social creatures. Okay, and you don't want to just be cooped up in solitary confinement like a absolute weirdo just in your room and like not doing anything, okay? Like you'll actually go insane. So yeah, it's called Pushing More Women went on dates. This is me and the girl. Not gonna reveal who she is, obviously. This is me and Hamza again. And this is me obviously at dinner, pretty much. If I'm dressed like that, you already know what type of timing I was on. This is me in Paris as well, like just going outside more and actually living life. And one big thing that helped me was I got a job in sales. Okay, so sales actually helped me so much, and I'm saying it as if I'm done. I'm still in sales, but getting a job in sales was such a big thing for me because it helped so much. And specifically, I was in door to door sales. Okay, so I was in D2D, I was in door to door sales, and that helped me so much because I'm literally going up, knocking on strangers' doors. They just see a black guy in front of their door and they're like, why is this fucking person here? And I'm like, don't worry, I'm not gonna rob you. I'm just here to sell to you. And then they're like, all right, cool. But obviously I'm not using that to say that. But either way, knocking on strangers' doors and then pitching them and speaking to them and getting to know people that I don't even know, like it helped me a lot. It helped me with speech, helped me with just like conversational skills, it helped me with, you know, being in social environments because door to door is really not comfortable at all. It's actually a very tough job and it's definitely one of the hardest sales, if not the hardest sales out there. Okay, so it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. When I first started, I was terrible. I couldn't even smile because I didn't like smiling, and I didn't want to like. I spoke in like a monotone voice with no enthusiasm and no expression. So I literally knock on people's doors and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I was selling for electricity and gas, by the way." So I'd be like, "Oh yeah, my name is Shafet. I'm here with X company, and I'm selling this." And it's just like it just felt weird. And people will pick up on that weird energy. People don't like to be around weirdos. All right, so if you're a weirdo, people will like it will reflect in your reality. Like you will know if you're a weirdo. You will know. So people just did not like that, and that's why I struggled at the start for selling. But eventually, as I got on, I improved, and I just got better. And yeah, it just improved like tenfold. So the third thing that I did was I detached from the introvert concept. So if you're like me, psychology and like the whole personality things, I love them. Okay, I am obsessed with psychology. I love the mind. I love personalities. I love studying humans. All right, and I got a bit too invested in like the introvert and extrovert and ambiverts and all this bullshit. Okay, so it's not necessarily bullshit. Like being an introvert is true, and like I don't label myself as it, but if I was to be put into a category of introvert or extrovert, I'd be in the introverted category because the way I recover my energy is by being by myself, is by going out in nature, is by being in relaxed spaces, not being around too many people. That's the introverted part of me. Extroverts, people that are extroverted, they get more energy. They recover their energy by being around people. They recover their energy by being in social situations. They recover their energy by being outgoing. So that's not me. That's not who I am. But the stigma with introverts and extroverts is that extroverts are more confident, extroverts are more liked, extroverts are more popular, whatever, whatever, and introverts are shy, socially awkward, have anxiety and everything. And like, I used to believe that, but it's just not true. You can be an introvert and you can be confident, outgoing, talkative, and the most loudest person in the room. That is possible. You can be an introvert and have those traits. It does not come down to the to who you are. It comes down to how you recover your energy. It comes down to just that's what it comes down to mostly. Okay, so I had to disassociate from that identity and leave it behind because it just was not helping me. So stopped identifying with introvert and extrovert tendencies, and I also realized that nobody actually cares for that long. So what I mean by this is, if you go out into like public and you do like some stupid things, or like you just mess up in front of people, yeah, people will laugh at you. Fair enough, normal reaction. If a child falls, I'm gonna be laughing at them as well. I'm gonna be busting my ass, bro. But people don't care for that long. Okay, so like at the end of the day, when that person goes to bed and they put their head on that pillow, they're not remembering at 3:59 p.m. Jafet did this. He fell down the stairs and he did like they're like no one cares. No one's actually thinking about that when they're gone to sleep in bed. No one has a time to think about that. Everyone's in their own world. You are not as special as you think you are. Okay? In public, no one's actually looking at you the way you think you are. Like the way you think they are, okay? Like you're not standing out that much. Okay? Literally, this it's a harsh truth, but you're not that special. Simple as. If you're like LeBron James, maybe people will notice you more. But like either way, I'm a tall guy as well. I'm big. People notice me, but no one's paying attention. No one's focused on you. And I had to realize that. I developed a high self esteem and self love through gym, meditation, and shadow work. Okay, so that's what helped me a lot as well. Is obviously learning that, bro, like if you want to be confident, if you want to be social, you have to love yourself. You have to have that high self esteem. And I built this through the gym, built my body up, as you can see. This is actually after food and pizza, which is crazy. But that's a flex. I'm that ripped. But then meditation, so just meditating and like being in tune with my higher self and being in tune with the mind more, I guess, and obviously controlling my thoughts a lot more. That helped as well. And realizing that I am separate from my thoughts, that my thoughts are not part of me. They're just electrical impulses. And then also doing the shadow work. So there's a psychologist and psychiatrist called Carl Jung. He pretty much came up with the concept of shadow work, and it pretty much just means that there's a let me break down retardedly, okay? I'll put it in a retarded way. So pretty much it just means that there's a second mind inside of your mind, and that second mind has repressed trauma, anger, and emotions. And if you're not aware of that second mind and you don't deal with the problems in that second mind, the second mind is going to control your reality, and you're going to think that that's just who you are, but it's not. So that's pretty much what the shadow work means. And to do the shadow work, you have to obviously access the secondary mind and release all that trauma, pain, and suffering from the secondary mind. That's a separate video for another day, though. Anyways, then I saw myself as a warrior and alpha, okay? And yeah, you can call it cringy, but that's just how it is. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or say a different way. Like, you have to have a high self esteem. You have to have a high self perception, and you have to be damn near narcissistic if you actually want to improve. Like, it's just better. Like, it's not gonna. I rather believe myself to be confident as fuck than believe myself to be a shy person, because I'm gonna be more confident. Simple as. So, I saw myself as a warrior. I saw myself as an alpha, and it just helped me more in social situations, so then I can actually exude that confidence and exude that aura of freedom and I don't give a fuck personality. So it's helped a lot. And then the bonus and the last thing that helped me improve my social skills was I read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay, so this book, if you have not read this book already, I highly recommend you to get this book because this book has so many gems. I read this book on the Kindle. That's why I have it here. So I read this book on the Kindle and it broke my limiting beliefs. A lot of limiting beliefs that I had with like social situations and people, such as the one that I said before, like everybody's like mean and rude. It broke that. People are more easygoing than you think. So it gave me practical advice as well and action steps. There's so many gems in this book that like it will help you with. Okay, so begin with praise, smile, and say people's names more. Those are just like the basic ones in the book, but there's so many action steps and so many practical advice that will actually help you. Okay, and pretty much I just religiously followed the advice in the book until I became subconscious, and I just kept dedicating myself that I'd read it. I'd literally get my Kindle, I'd read it, and I finished the whole chapter. And after I finished the chapter, the main advice in that chapter I would use and go outside and just apply it. And I'd apply it, come back, learn again, apply it, come back, learn again, and then apply it. And then it just like that, it just built up and it became subconscious. And now I just do it subconsciously. So those four things would have been the main things that helped me improve my social skills and just made me more social, made me more charismatic, it made me more confident, made me more attractive to people because my energy was vibrant. Like it helped me so much. Okay, so if you can pick at least one thing from this video, you probably can't pick an identity shift because you can do it consciously. You can shift your identity consciously, but it takes a lot of work. But usually, pain and pleasure is the two greatest human motivators. So if you currently have a goal you're striving towards, and you know that it will bring pleasure into your life, use that to change who you are today and become the person that's able to reach that goal. That's your pleasure and motivation. Or if you currently went through some bullshit and there's a lot of pain in your life right now, there's a lot of dissatisfaction, use that as fuel to once again change who you are right now to become the person who's able to overcome that pain. And just pick one thing. So maybe pick one thing from this video and apply it. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Okay, try that out. Like detach from these concepts of introvert and extrovert. Okay, just stop those things. Like get outside into the world. If you're on self improvement, most likely you're always cooped up inside your room watching fucking self improvement videos and thinking you're being productive. That's not self improvement. You're not learning anything. You're not improving. Okay, get outside, touch grass. That's it for this video today, brother. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Just for I end the video as well, scroll down right now, like this video, share this video around, and click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. And while you're down there, boys, join my free online men's community. Click the link in the description and join. It's free. It's just for men to actually improve themselves and grow, become better, and be around like-minded individuals who are on the same path. Because if you're going through self improvement or you're just on the path to success, it's a lonely road. Why not be around people that are on the same path as you? With that being said, boys, thanks for your time. And as always remember to pay your dues. See you in the next video, boys.